Are you looking for standard-bred, thoroughbred, stable supplies, or nutritional products? The Harness Shop Online specializes in bringing only the highest quality horse and equine equipment and products like harnesses, bridles, and other racing and training equipment direct to you, our valued customers. Many great promotional offers and discount coupons are available online at theharnessshoponline.com or call us at 1-866-469-8181. The Harness Shop Online, your one-stop shop for horse and equine products, equipment, and supplies.
I think somewhat, it's what us and Murray and Hanover Shoe Farms, when we worked together to get the racinos put in the, to the racetracks. I mean, part of the idea was, one, yeah, we needed the money back. I mean, without it, we were gone. But two, was the idea that maybe we could, as people came for other reasons to the racetrack, get them to see our product and try to, see what a wonderful product it can be, and, encourage people to think, because I think one of the reasons we got the slots was the fact that they wanted to keep the farmlands and they wanted to keep the thing, and without it, they knew we were going to leave. Hanover, I'm sure, would have left. I mean, and that was a lot of areas that would have been developed and turned out there than farms. I mean, Agway went and basically said their biggest store was right next to our barn, and we're their biggest customer. And if we leave, they have to leave, because that, and we would not have stayed in Pennsylvania, we would have moved on. And I think that's what, Jersey's battling right now. New Jersey's on the point of, this is a make or break maybe time for them. That, the racing model as it is now is probably broke. It's not what it used to be, and we have to figure out a way to make it work, to make it different. And Thoroughbreds had the 50 days for $50 million at Monmouth this year, and it had, great results. They had way better attendance, way higher betting, so there was more interest. And that's, maybe what we got to try. But the thing is, we got to get somebody in New Jersey to give us a chance. That's what I'm afraid of. By the time, we might have waited too long, that now that they're just, done with us as an industry, and if, we don't get something done, that's another state we lose in, more areas. So, as part of, in the horse world as all, I think we're a small part. We're always the stepchild to thoroughbred racing. Be why it may, I don't know if it's more ingrained with the American public or what, but there are areas where, Ohio being one of them, where I think we stand out. It's upper New Jersey, we've always been the better product, So there are areas that where we can, maybe, in the city of New York, we've done very well. So the thing is, like, I moved into a neighborhood, that basically there's two of us that have anything to do with horse racing. So people were interesting because, it's a neat job. Like, you race for a living, and they're like, yeah, that's all we do. And we've had a lot of nights where the Meadows has a great setup where we have a place where we can bring people and come and enjoy the races, and they've loved it. So that there's people there that will learn to love the horses, and they want to be involved now in getting. So that's the thing is, you want to just go and take them to the track. I think somewhat, the OTBs, we used that as a Band-Aid before, and it might have hurt us a little bit because I don't think you understand what a great sport it is until you see it live. I mean, even to me, like, I went last night, I left here and I drove to Indiana Downs for the races, and I stayed in the paddock for the first 7 or 8 races and watched it on TV, and I was like, okay. And I went down and watched the last 4 standing at the finish line. It is such a better product live. I mean, you can feel the horses and hear the horses coming. And I think, we lost it. We used to draw 40,000 people to Roosevelt. People went home and they were like, this is a great experience. You watch it on TV, it's like, I won, I lost. It's not as big a deal. So I thought the back of the track was a great idea, and I think, if we can just do that, keep getting people to come back to the racetracks and watch them live. I think that's where it is, and it shows the politicians, to get back to your point, that we are a viable interest. People do want us. Because if it gets to the point where nobody cares, we're just going to become a 3-ring circus that shows up once a month, somewhere.
The one shocking thing to me, and I've been at the Meadows since the day it opened in 1963, and Washington, Pennsylvania is a very small town. And what has really been shocking and disappointing to me is the number of people that I've run into over the years that will express the fact that they have never been to the Meadows. And I mean, you know, that's a big part of the population of a small area that has never experienced harness racing. So obviously somewhere we're not doing the job that we need to do to get people out to see the product.
It seems like to me the harness business is like a generational thing. I mean, my grandfather, my father, myself, and my son, I mean, it's hard to generate the people that have never experienced the fact of jogging the horse, leading the horse, owning the horse. It's a generational thing.
I think we've missed a generation too. You know, I think our grandfathers took fathers to tracks and fathers took sons, and for some reason we missed a generation where fathers quit taking their sons. And you know, you go to the track now and you look around. I mean, look in this audience right here. This is our problem. When every time one of you, you know, is not here anymore, we got one less fan because we're not bringing them up from a younger, you know. And we have a few, you know, kids at the Meadows that come and they love it. And you know, it was just weird they came through this way or they came through that way. But the owners that I have that are now my age, that, you know, there's not as many of us in, but they either came with a father or a father figure to the racetrack when they were younger and they learned to love it. And, you know, and then when they went on and did good and their other businesses, they came back to the track and they, you know, still love it. But the problem is, for some reason, we missed a lot of people, you know, because it's not hard. You look through, you know, the Meadows, you walk through these guys who I've been seeing there since I was 12 years old. And, you know, I know why attendance is a thing. Just read the obituaries. Every time another one dies, the attendance dropped to one by the Meadows. You know, and that thing is we don't replace them. And I don't know if it's because of, you know, the people have changed or if it's just, yeah, you know, that, right. That's what I said. I think a lot of it, you know, it's so accessible other ways. And then people, I don't know if our product, it's, you know, like baseball. It doesn't really translate to TV as well as it does live either. You know, and you see in the NFL, football translates great on TV, and it's the most popular sport, you know, by far in the United States. So, you know, maybe that's part of our problem too. We need to try to get people back to the track.